What is going on, guys? Welcome to Bezels TV. In this video, we're going to talk about everything that we know about the Galaxy Z Fold 5. And this is the 5th generation of the Z Fold series. And the information that we talk about today, some of it will be, or probably a lot of it will be correct. Some will be incorrect. Some will be hypotheses. And with that said, let's just jump into this. So the first thing that we've been hearing a lot about is the displays. So the displays on the Z Fold 5 should be exactly the same as the Z Fold 4, meaning you get 6.2 inch display on the, and a skinny tall display should add on to that on the outside, and then on the inside you should get that 7.6 inch display. That stuff shouldn't change. One thing that might change about the displays, at least the look about it, is the ultimate bezel around it. So the bezels might be smaller, might look a little bit more uniform, a little bit more sexier, so keep that in mind. One of the newer things about this that I think will make people happier are the teardrop hinge. So when you close the phone, it should go completely flat, not really have any gap. The other nice thing about that is the crease. So if you hate the crease should be improved a little bit, less of a crease that you can see right there. That should be improved, which would be a selling point to some people. For me, not so much. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. So if it bothers you, it looks like it will be improved a little bit. IPX8, what does that mean? So water resistance, no dust and water resistance, at least from what we're hearing right now. So none of the folds have had dust resistance. The last three, 4, and 5 have had, did 3? Maybe 3 didn't, I can't remember now. 4 definitely had water resistance and 5 does this too. So IPX8, so it'll be able to go, it's like, I think it's like 5 feet or something at 30 minutes or something like that. So, which is pretty good. I'd rather have water resistance over dust resistance. No integrated S Pen. If you're hoping for them to be able to integrate the S Pen into the Fold, it's not going to happen. It should have S Pen support though. So you should be able to get a case that houses it on the back there at the very least. There should not be, at least from what we're hearing so far, any S Pen integration on this smaller display. I get that question a lot. Most likely no S Pen support on this display, only on the bigger inside display. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, it's the same processor that's in the S23 Ultra, and it's a mad processor, very powerful, very power efficient, and the Z Fold 5 will have that processor, so expect really good performance and really good battery life. I think that'll be one of the big selling points about the Z Fold 5. One of the big things that reviewers will end up saying is that the battery life is really, really improved, because that's one of the weak points on the Z Fold 4 is battery life. 12 gigs of RAM, we haven't heard it so much, but most likely that's what's gonna happen. 12 gigs of RAM in the Z Fold 5, which would match the Z Fold 4. I don't think you're gonna see a 16 gig RAM addition, so don't count on that. Also, the RAM and the storage should be LPDDR5X and UFS 4.0. Those are the fastest available for phones right now. So you should get really fast storage and really fast RAM overall. Storage amounts inside the phone, 256, 512, and 1 terabyte are what you're most likely to see. I would guess 1 terabyte is probably going to be exclusive only to the Samsung.com orders, and unlocked at that point as well. 256 and 512 should be available at everywhere else, I would assume. 4,400 milliamp battery, which would match the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Not a huge, loving, great thing, but if you factor in Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 being really powerful, but also being very efficient, hopefully the battery life with those two things will be fine with the 4,400 milliamp battery. Side-mounted fingerprint sensor, which I love. They're gonna continue with that. Rings around the camera, so the cameras are pretty, blah looking, I guess you could say now. They're gonna have like a colored ring around it to match the phone, whatever color you end up getting, so that would be actually pretty cool. We've got the cameras in general, which are going to be a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 50 megapixel main, 10 megapixel telephoto. You should be able to get 3x optical zoom and a 30x digital zoom. So the cameras are going to match what you get on the S23 and S23 Plus, kind of like what they did with this, where they matched the S22 and S22 Plus. This year they'll make the S23 and S23 Plus, so expect very similar camera quality and performance as you would on the S23 and 23 Plus, not the S23 Ultra. 45 watt wired charging is my guess. It was 25 watt on this one. I'm guessing they're gonna push it up to 45 watt, and 15 watt wireless charging, which would match what they've had forever on there. Not really all that impressive when you compare it to their Chinese counterparts, which are way higher than both of those. Price hasn't come out yet, but I would guess it's gonna be somewhere between $15.99 and $17.99. It wouldn't surprise me if they keep the price the same. It wouldn't be surprised me if they bring the price down due to there becoming more competition this year. You got the OnePlus Fold, you get the Google Pixel Fold coming out as well. You get their Chinese counterparts. They're gonna have to lower the price eventually, especially since they're not really changing the phone all that much. With that release date, you're looking at most likely August of 2023. Exact time, I don't have it for you. If I had to guess, it'd probably be the middle to late August. And when I say late, I'd guess release date somewhere between August 15th and August 23rd, somewhere in that range for the release date. I was trying to look for colors and things like that. I couldn't find it just yet. I could have swore I'd spoken about it, but I couldn't find it in my notes, and I Googled it real quick and I couldn't find it either. So colors, I would guess you're probably gonna see something similar to what we got with the Galaxy S23 phones. Probably gonna be like a black color, a white color, and maybe some kind of gold color is my guess on that. I'd love to see a purple one. Maybe they'll throw that in. I'd probably get that one if they end up doing it. But that's what we know and think about the Galaxy Z Fold 5 thus far. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. It is a phone you're looking to get. Are you disappointed with it? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys down the road.